She dozed off for a sec while waiting for the subway, and almost lost her life because of it. When she opened her eyes again, Holly was totally confused. The platform that had just been packed with people was now completely empty. She thought she'd missed her train, so she hurried upstairs, and sure enough, all the staff had already clocked out, and the main doors were locked tight. Just as Holly was freaking out, the last train slowly rolled into the station from the darkness. Hearing the noise, Holly rushed back downstairs, and managed to hop on right before it pulled away. At the same time, a dark figure flashed behind her, and quietly slipped onto the train too. Holly had no idea any of this happened. She was just relieved she got lucky, but not long after, the train suddenly slowed down, and came to a full stop. Plus the doors didn't open like they usually do. Everything pointed to one thing: this wasn't the next stop at all. Caught off guard, and with no other passengers around, Holly walked through 2 cars, until she reached the one closest to the driver's cab. She knocked and asked if the driver needed help, but the peephole was way too small. She couldn't see anything clearly. Turns out the driver was already covered in blood, and totally lifeless. Before Holly could even process what was going on, the whole train suddenly went dark, because of a power failure. While she stood there stunned, a light appeared from the back car. Looked like a phone flashlight, which meant someone else was on board. Holly was over the moon. She kept calling out asking if they were maintenance, or just another unlucky passenger like her. But after shouting for a while, the person didn't say a word, and started walking toward her instead. Holly panicked. Her gut told her to get out of there fast, but she was so nervous, she tripped and fell flat on the floor. When they finally got closer, Holly realized it was her coworker Mark, the same guy who followed her onto the train earlier. Back at the office, he'd always stare at her like a creep, desperate to win her over. He figured faking a chance encounter was his best shot, to make her fall for him. But what Mark didn't expect was that even though Holly dressed kinda sexy, she'd never go for a total creep like him. When she said that, Mark stayed calm, and the next second he straight up unzipped himself. Didn't care if she wanted it or not. He was dead set on getting what he wanted. Right then, the doors behind him suddenly flew open, and just like that, Mark got yanked out by some mysterious force. No time to think, Holly ran through car after car, pried open the driver's cabin and hid inside. Before she could even catch her breath, a shadow darted past the door. At this point, Holly knew she had to keep moving. Whoever it was clearly wasn't letting her go. Pretty soon, Holly ended up back at the original subway platform. Same situation as before. No staff anywhere. All exits locked shut. Just then, she heard a weird noise behind her. Holly peeked out carefully to check, and spotted a little dog. She followed where the pup disappeared, and found a ventilation shaft. Sure enough, inside were a homeless couple. Terrified, she quickly told them what happened, and begged them to help her get out. They had zero reason to say no. I mean, who says no to cash? But guess what? As soon as they left, the woman got woken up by creepy sounds. Meanwhile, Holly and the homeless guy reached the platform, and spotted Mark lying nearby. They rushed over to help him. Right after they got him settled, Holly saw their dog running toward them, covered in blood. The homeless guy sprinted back to his girlfriend, but he was too late. Outside the vent was just a trail of drag marks. As for his girlfriend, she was gone without a trace. He followed the blood trail, all the way to a pitch-black tunnel. On the other side, Mark bled out and died. While Holly was trying to figure out how to escape, she randomly noticed an intercom on the wall. She pressed the call button, and shockingly it actually connected to security. Holly immediately told them everything that had happened in the station. The guard realized how serious it was, but just as he was about to call the cops, a pair of huge hands with a knife slit his throat. Holly heard the scream over the radio, and knew the guard was dead too. She ran like crazy to find the homeless guy, and ran right into him. He was heading out to avenge his girl. So unless something changes, things are about to get real bad.